I've been waiting weeks for this. This Model Y is pretty solid. Is it worth it buying this over a older Model Y, old and busted Tesla Model Y? This is pretty comfortable actually. All right, this is gonna be our first test drive on the Model Y. I've been waiting weeks for this because they literally just announced this not too long ago, and right after that, they delivered these Model Ys to these showrooms and everything, and then shortly after that, we can test drive it. And so if you're in the San Jose area or LA area, California basically, and a bunch of different other states like Dallas and other places, you can now test drive a Model Y. And so let's get into this because my gripe is there could be one thing about this vehicle that could change everything versus getting the old one, but is it what, a $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 worth it more, maybe even $20,000 more, $25,000 more than the older Model Y? So let's do a quick spin on this and show you guys, because I don't have a lot of time at all with this Tesla Model Y. They said be back in like 10 minutes, so let's hop into it really quickly. We've got the new light bar in the front, which has that lighting all the way across the top, but this is actually the headlights right here. We've got new 19-inch crosswind rims, this quicksilver color with the black interior, but I think one of the shining stars is actually the rear of the vehicle, which you might not be able to see right now because this backside, this whole piece right here is actually a tail light. We've got the Launch Series badge right there. But let's jump in really quickly and do a quick test drive, because this is where it gets pretty interesting, because they've made plenty of upgrades over this vehicle over the old one. This is pretty comfortable actually. I mean, right off the bat, it feels like it's a higher vehicle, 100%. I mean, I just was driving the Model 3 Performance yesterday, and you can really feel the difference in terms of comfortability, the ride. When I close the door, it actually is pretty eerily quiet. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's cars in front of us, there's cars to the right of us, there's a pretty busy street in front of us as well, and you really don't hear any of that. They gave us the key. They basically said, unfortunately, this is like a quick 15-minute test drive, so this is not one of those longer ones. I was really hoping for one of those test drives where they would give it to us for 30 minutes and then say, come back, but he said, you gotta be back in 15 minutes, but very interesting to see this. And first drive, first look, I'm gonna take a right here. I mean, unfortunately, we're in the Century City area, so there's not too much room to open it up or anything. And let's see here. Nice pickup. Wow, this is, yes, very comfortable actually. And I mean, I was thinking about this. So it's in sport mode right now. I was thinking about this, and this might give the Model X a run for its money because of how comfortable this actually is. And it's a little bit smaller, it's a little bit more zippier. Interesting. So I'm gonna try and pull ahead here. The funny thing is I'm gonna ask them if I could go get into a Model Y, the old one, right after this and give you a real comparison. But interesting. I gotta give Tesla props on this one. Very comfortable, very zippy. You really don't hear a lot. And okay, so now I'm using the ticker because it's back. I missed that double click, but I mean, I guess I'll live with it. But I really liked how you could hit the turn signal on the right side and the left side, but I guess on this one you cannot actually do this at all. But I'm gonna pull ahead here now. There's a car in front of me. But interesting. So the suspension, very floaty actually, but it doesn't like lean too much as in like maybe some Model Ys or Model X's before. But the steering is not that sharp, but maybe because I'm literally coming from a Model 3 Performance or even the Cybertruck we're driving today, so that steer-by-wire is definitely different. I just drove over some bumps really quickly, and you can hear it like this one. But it's just a lot more quiet, very more solidly built. I don't hear a lot of rattle either, which is really nice. And very comfortable actually. I dig it for sure. I'm heading through some bumps here. Wow, this is super comfortable. I'm hitting a lot of bumps because of course LA roads, like most roads everywhere, is not the best, not the most smoothest. And okay, so now I'm getting up to like 55 miles an hour. You can hear the road noise a little bit more, or like the wind noise, but still very good in comparison to like my Model X that was literally just in not too long ago as well. And this is the true test because we're driving in city roads, not necessarily highways. but really this is probably what this vehicle will be used for, commuting all over the place in local roads. Let's go ahead and pull over to this road so I can give you a good look at what this vehicle looks like, because they gave us a nice one, a Quicksilver version 1. This Model Y is pretty solid, and really, is it worth it buying this over a older Model Y, old and busted Tesla Model Y, especially now when they're doing like $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 off of the old Tesla Model Y. And so, because everybody else is doing like the test drives and everybody is telling you you should get the new Model Y, but you know, $60,000 is a lot of money, and $60,000 is a lot of money for a vehicle as well. So going through some turns now, and we can really see what it feels like. It definitely feels like a taller vehicle, maybe even taller than a Model 3, of course. Model 3 is just like a great run around town, zippy type of vehicle. It's got tight suspension. This one has a little bit of play. Like when I turn it a little bit like this, you can feel the body sway just a little bit, like it's of course, a taller vehicle. But still, I mean, if you're looking for comfortability, you need to ride higher than other vehicles, and that's what this has going for it. But yeah, oh my goodness, that quietness is intense, how much more quiet it is. And so let's go to dynamics. Okay, yeah, because this is the newest menu, reduce versus standard, so we can see that you can actually turn down the regenerative braking if you don't like it, and of course you can set like the different things for like light, standard, and heavy for the steering wheel. Full self-driving, I don't think we've got enough time, but I guess we could do it really quickly while we're at this light just to see what that actually feels like, because it's already enabled in everything. So let's see how it does, because I would imagine just like how like the Model 3 is pretty good at it, this should be pretty good at it as well. So let's go ahead and test full self-driving on the Model Y pretty quickly. We're just at a red light right here behind like a Civic. It's not necessarily going anywhere. Okay, now we got a little bit of an acceleration. There's a couple people there at the side of the pedestrian walk, and we've got cars pulling to the right. I, as a human driver, already would have gone because we had a little bit of time there, but of course full self-driving is a little bit more conservative. Looks like the light across is turning to a yellow, and so now full self-driving should be able to, oh that's right, it doesn't know that we're going right, so that's why I had to turn on the ticker, because there's no navigation into the thing actually. So that's not full self-driving's fault, but pretty smooth and pretty sharp. It already pulled like 3 lanes or 2 lanes to the left, and very nicely for sure. But now it's only going straight, and let's go ahead and turn it off because we gotta go back to Tesla before we get in trouble. So here are my thoughts after driving the new Model Y. It is definitely more comfortable, hands down. I would say not 50% more comfortable, but around 30% more comfortable, maybe even over the old Tesla Model Y. But really, is the price $59,000, $60,000 worth it? Definitely not, unless you're a full self-driving advocate, unless you need a vehicle, you're replacing a Model Y and you have to get into it. But I mean, there's a lot of options out there, like a older Model Y, an older new Model Y that are doing $6,000, $7,000 off on like all-wheel drives or even a rear-wheel drive version, or even like a used Model Y that's depreciating fast and heavy, that if this is your first Tesla, maybe that's the option for you instead. But if you're someone that 100% wants a comfortable vehicle, that type of stuff irritates you, kind of like it kind of irritated me on some older Model Ys, you have 2 options. The first one is Unplugged Performance. They have a luxury coilover suspension kit. You can see it linked down below in the description at the Unplugged link. Or the other option is just spend the extra money and get the Model Y Juniper launch series. Or I guess your third option is just wait till non-launch actually comes out, which on the channel, we track live deals every single day. We go live every single day and talk about deals. And my personal prediction is going to be April to May for a non-launch series. So let us know what your thoughts on it. Hopefully you enjoy this quick video on us driving the new Model Y. Let us know if you drove it, what was your thoughts on it, and do you think it's worth it or not? Thanks for watching. Please hit that like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.